Hello guys, my name is Caleb. I'm from KCNE Studios, and today we're going to do a Monster Talk video that was requested by Simon Games. We're going to be talking about the monster Gigan. Now, what you need to know about him is that he's just he's a very creative monster. He's actually my second favorite kaiju, first being Godzilla. He's kind of like a giant chicken with claws for hands, claws for feet, a single metal claw for feet. He's got weird gold fins on his back. And a buzzsaw belly. His head is like a chicken, but his beak is metal. He has giant spikes coming out of his neck, and he's got cyclops eyes. That's Gigan. Now, his first appearance was in the movie Godzilla vs. Gigan, where he was requested by the aliens Nebula Space Hunter M to join up with King Ghidorah to fight Godzilla. So he gave a pretty good beating on Godzilla, but when some humans in the movie came and blew up this tower that the aliens were controlling Gigan, he just kind of stopped fighting Godzilla. But then when Godzilla started fighting him back, Gigan kept fighting, but eventually Godzilla was teamed up with Anguirus, so eventually he ended up beating Godzilla and King Ghidorah. Now, in his second appearance, there's a little bit of change to his suit. The only difference is that his cyborg eyes are they're face down a little more, and it just kind of makes him look like he's sad for some reason to me, but whatever. I mean, Godzilla vs. Megalon was probably one of the cheesiest movies in the series. I actually kind of like this movie because it wasn't like psychedelic and weird like Godzilla vs. Hedorah was, or just plain old stupid like Godzilla's Revenge. The difference with this movie is that the plot is a little bit better and the fight scene is half the movie. And it's just not creepy like Godzilla vs. Hedorah is. So I actually like this movie a good amount. I mean, if y'all have seen my favorite Godzilla movies, it's in my honorable mention section, because that fight scene is just half the movie pretty much. I mean, that's pretty much why we watch those movies, like I always say, is for the fight scenes, right? So we can see more of the monsters. We don't really care about the characters. We just go to see the monsters. But now in this one, he's not as strong. What I noticed was he doesn't use his particle laser cyborg beams. Doesn't use those like at all in the movie. But that's just so they could showcase Megalon. But in that movie, Gigan was called in by the aliens. Well, you know what? Let me just tell you about Godzilla vs. Megalon. So basically, these aliens are living under our planet on like Easter Island or something. And someone in our planet, Japan or America or someone, they're doing like nuclear tests on the island, and the aliens aren't very happy, so they decide to send their monster Megalon, which is a giant cockroach beetle with drills for hands and a giant horn that can shoot lasers, and his mouth, he shoots these like grenades, and you can just spam those too. He goes like, I mean, it's kind of crazy, but so Megalon kind of like goes around, he literally hops around the planet and fights and just kind of just destroys stuff a little, because he doesn't do that much destruction, because he's in, like, the plains. But this robot thing named Jet Jaguar comes, and then Godzilla comes, and Jet Jaguar teams up with Godzilla, and then they call Nebula Space Hunter M, which are the aliens from Godzilla vs. Megalon. So that kind of tells you that the aliens are still alive. So they call Gigan, call the aliens that own Gigan in the last movie to use their monster Gigan to fight with Megalon against Godzilla and Jet Jaguar. And like I said, Gigan's not that strong. Megalon is pretty strong in this movie, but my favorite part is when they make this ring of fire around Godzilla and Jet Jaguar, and it's just like hopeless. But they actually do end up losing, of course, because it's a Godzilla movie. But yeah, so the next appearance that Gigan is in isn't actually in a Godzilla movie. He's in a show called Zone Fighter in one episode, and I haven't seen the show, but I saw an episode, or not an episode, I saw the fight scene where he's fighting Zone Fighter, and he just gets his butt whooped again. Zone Fighter, like, grabs his claw and takes a chunk out of it, like, off the pointy end. So you're just like, dear Lord, either this guy is, like, extremely overpowered, or Gigan's just not that strong in this movie, or show, or whatever it is. I don't know. Just stop doing this to Gigan. He's, like, my favorite. And then in his fourth appearance is in a show called Godzilla Island, which I have not seen. Haven't even seen the fight scene, because I tried to look it up on YouTube, but I couldn't really find it. You know, I really want to watch that show. I'm thinking of getting it off of sumogorilla.com, which is where I got Godzilla Returns. But yeah, I don't know what his suit looks like or anything. All I know is that's his appearance. So in Zone Fighter, Godzilla vs. Megalon, and Godzilla vs. Gigan, he is 65 meters tall. Now, in the last movie that he's in, which is called Godzilla Final Wars, which not really many people like. I don't really like it, but some people do like it. They just totally wreck Gigan's face, but there's a huge look difference for Gigan in this movie. They make him blue, dark blue. They make his claw like a spear that kind of goes out and then hooks over more. But under his claws, he has these what are they called? Cables that he can just shoot at Godzilla, and he uses them to pull him in. He also has spikes here on his elbows and 3 on each of his knees. Gigan's tail, it's got this pokey thing. I don't know what it's called, but at the end of his tail, it's got that pokey thing, like Destroyaz kind of, but it's made out of metal. So I don't think I mentioned this at all. He's a cyborg. He is a cyborg. What's wrong with me? Why would I not tell you guys that? But that's one of the most important things. His origin, we don't really know about it. In the Millennium, he reaches 120 meters tall, which is almost doubling the size from the Showa series. This suit is called Final Gigan, and the Showa suit is called Shodai Gigan. But yeah, Gigan's just an awesome monster. If you want to find out more about him, go on Wikizilla. But thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to check out our Etsy page where I'm selling art, because we're working on this this fan movie of ours called Kaiju Genesis, where I just pretty much made up these kaijus, and it's going to be a bunch of movies, and yeah, so that's how I'm going to be raising money. So if you want to buy a painting, or it's not a painting, it's more like drawings and fan art and stuff. But if you want to buy a piece of art, that movie will go to the movie. That money will go to the movie. Uh, if you want to follow us on Pinterest, my name is Caleb East. You could also look up Ultra Gamer Zilla. And if you want to check out the Facebook page, that'll be awesome too. So thank you guys for watching, and have a nice day.